Hello, Richardson ISD. Today I'm with Shauna Ballast, our Chief Intervention Officer who leads our literacy and intervention team. Thank you, Shauna, for joining me and sharing with our RIC parents this work we're doing to ensure that we have a clear picture of the academic needs for all of our students through the use of our MAP assessment tool. Shauna, can you please share with me just a little bit about yourself and your role in our district?
Hi, Dr. Stone and Richardson ISD parents. I'm excited to be with you here today. This is my 26th year in public education. I have been a teacher and a curriculum instructional specialist and a principal. And the past 2 years, I was the executive director of the Richardson Learning Community. And this year, I'm proud to lead our literacy intervention team as Chief Intervention Officer. And that all starts with MAP.
So thank you for that, Shauna. So now that we've closed our window for our MAP assessment, many parents would like to know more about MAP. So what is MAP?
All right, great question. MAP stands for Measures of Academic Progress. And I want you to keep that word progress in your mind, Measures of Academic Progress. Your student takes the Measures of Academic Growth test, and that measures growth, that measures progress. And so on your student reports that you're going to be receiving, you're going to see the letters NWEA. And NWEA is the company that produces MAP, Measures of Academic Progress. And so we're excited that students kindergarten through grade 10 will be taking reading and math MAP assessments this year. We also, Dr. Stone, have 22 campuses, elementary and 2 junior highs that are taking the MAP science assessment.
So what is the difference between the MAP test and the STAR test?
Okay, the STAR really test measures the essential elements that teachers need to teach throughout the year. So that's where our TEKS, our text essential elements and knowledge and skills come in. And so when you're a 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade student and you're taking STAR, everybody takes the same test, Dr. Stone. Everybody has the same questions, your 3rd grade level questions or 4th grade level questions. Everybody has the same. And so it lets teachers know what essential standards that children need to work on and what children have that know already. But what it doesn't measure is what students are ready to learn right then. And so that brings in our new universal screener for MAP, Measures of Academic Progress. And so that really helps teachers hone in on what each individual student needs. And so when you look at STAR, it's one test, it's all the same. When you think about MAP, MAP is an adaptive test. It adapts to the level of knowledge and skills of that learner. And so if I'm taking MAP and I'm a 3rd grade student, and let's say I'm an advanced student and I keep answering the test, the questions right, it's going to give me harder and harder questions so that I would probably get 50% right and 50% incorrect. So it would give me a level of instruction. And also if I'm a learner where I'm getting the questions incorrect, then it helps me, then the questions kind of adapt to that learner as well so that we can see the gaps and what that child needs to learn. And so the difference between the two is that MAP is an adaptive test and STAR isn't, much like the ACT and the ACT.
So it's great for it to be computer adaptive. So how is the MAP assessment different for students who are learning virtually than for those students who are learning face-to-face?
Okay, the learning model for MAP for the assessment, it's the same. And so what parents need to know is that the students take the test by themselves, that the test is usually about an hour. If you're a parent of a kindergartner through 2nd grade student, the test might be a little bit less. As a virtual student, you might need to help your child log in. But it's important for virtual parents to know that the child needs to take the test by themselves because it's an adaptive test, because it really helps teachers hone in on the skills that that child needs. And so that way that teacher can design those lessons around what that student's ready to learn.
So what kind of information does the MAP assessment give to teachers that really benefits them?
Okay, there are lots of different types of reports that teachers are being trained on right now for MAP reports, but it really lets teachers know the strengths of each individual kid, and it lets them know the gaps, and it really helps them design lessons to help prevent and help intervene and help enrich all students. And so when you look at STAR and the information that STAR used to give us, we could tell who passed and the essential components of the TEKS that the students mastered, but it didn't go up to 9th, 10th grade level. It didn't measure geometry skills and algebra skills. So it didn't help us really understand exactly what the student needs. And so when a teacher looks at that MAP report, they can really design instruction around the individual needs for all students in their class.
So how often do students take the MAP growth assessment?
Okay. Richardson has 3 assessment events during the year. We just completed our first fall window, and so then we'll have, and so each family will be given a family report and a student report. All families should be given that information by November 16th. And then our next testing event will be in the winter, and that is January 11th through February 11th. And the reason why those windows are a couple of weeks, because it designs for differentiation among the campuses. And then we have another testing event, and that is in the spring. And so as we now have completed our first testing window, and we're delivering those MAP results, you as a parent will get the student profile report and a progress report, and then you'll get the family report. And as you look at those reports, you're going to see how your child's doing, how they're compared to students in the district, and how they're compared to students nationally with the test. And so at the bottom of those reports, there's lots of different types of questions that will prompt you in asking questions for the teacher. So you're welcome to schedule parent conferences with teachers about MAP around the MAP reports, and those questions will help guide you in some of those conversations. As we go into winter and when your children take the next MAP test, it will be exciting because that's when we can really see how your child is growing and that the teacher's lessons and how we're intervening, if that's working or not, to identify those gaps.
So thank you, Shauna, for being with me today. I know that the whole purpose of this video is just so that we are being as transparent with our parents as we possibly can, sharing information that really helps our teachers to help our students to grow. We've been waiting for a long time to be at this place where we have MAP, which is a great tool for our district, and it's really going to benefit the learning in our classrooms. Any final words, Shauna, about this year, or any final words to our parents?
No, we're just excited to have this universal screener to help all kids. If you'd like to learn more about MAP, we've got a great parent video on our website. We've got frequently asked questions on our website. Or you're more than happy to contact our director of MTSS, Laurel Dixon, if you'd like a personal conversation. Teachers are also equipped to have parent conferences with you as well.
Thank you, Shauna. Shauna is just one of our fantastic team members who's committed to helping our students grow. And so we are always here for you. You can also ask any questions that you might have through our Let's Talk, which you'll find on our RSD website. Thank you, parents, for joining us and being partners in your students' learning.
Thank you, Dr. Stone.